How is all this going to be impacting our Indian markets? Our team of research is here to set you up for trade, tell you which are the important stocks to watch out for, as well as the cues in the world of F&O. Hormas, good morning, and I'm going to start off first with you in terms of the market cues that we're watching out for. Yesterday, at the end of the day, we did see some recovery coming in for the Nifty as well, and today, a green start is what we're expecting.
Good morning, Vinny. And the bulls will definitely take some heart despite that price damage that we saw yesterday. The recovery that we saw towards the close of the trading session and, of course, the cues that are coming in from the GIFT Nifty will give some confidence to the bulls going into today's trading session. But then there are lots of ifs and buts that lie ahead as well. Of course, we recovered almost 400 points from yesterday's low. And also, the other positive was the fact that we closed above the low of the 4th of March, which was 21,964, even though we fell below that on an intraday basis. And the Nifty Bank too, even after a 1600 point price damage, the bigger takeaway was the fact that it recovered almost 800 points from the lows of the day. HUL, of course, was the only stock that was in the positive for the Nifty in yesterday's trading session, and it was FMCG along with some recovery from the lows in IT and other index heavyweights that contributed to this up move towards the close of yesterday's trading session. The other positive, of course, is that the Dow futures are in the green, almost 800 points in the green as we speak, so that's another positive. Of course, any other spanner in the works comes from China. Of course, they have urged the US to cancel their unilateral tariff measures and Donald Trump's threats. But in case they announce any further retaliation to what Donald Trump has threatened last night, that could derail any potential recovery for the markets as well. Keep an eye out on IT stocks today, especially considering the fact that the Nasdaq ended in the green yesterday, recovering from the lows that it made earlier. The FIIs, of course, the fund flows will be key to monitor. Of course, a heavy sell figure coming in yesterday. The FIIs have nearly sold everything that they bought between the 20th and the 27th of March. So keep an eye out on that. The bulls trying their best, of course, to defend that March low. Below that low of 21,964, then yesterday's low of 21,743 becomes the next important level to watch out for. And of course, if there is any potential recovery, it could be the banks that could lead the index higher in today's session as well. So for now, it's a positive start that's in the offing. It'll be interesting to see if that sustains.
Okay, Hormas, thank you so much for that. We'll keep an eye out on if this is going to be sustaining. But on that note, let's move on to Abhishek, who's here to tell us which are the important stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. Good morning, Abhishek.
Good morning, Vinny. So to begin with, watch out for Bharat Electronics. They have received an order worth 2,210 crore for electronic warfare, which is from Indian Air Force. Titan has given their Q4 update, wherein the standalone business revenue has grown by 25% YOY. Segment-wise, the growth has been pretty strong. Jewelry at 25%, watches 22%, eye care 19%, and Carrot Lane by 22%. So the rising gold price has actually been a key contributor to their jewelry segment growth this time around. M&M has given the production data. March total production was up 23.5% YOY. March sales are up 19.3% YOY, and their exports have been up more than 160% YOY. So strong, numbers coming in from M&M as well for their production data. IL&FS Engineering, they have defaulted on a payment of 2,628 crore of loan, which could be a negative sentiment impact on the stock. Back to you.
Okay, Abhishek, thank you so much for that. But finally, we have Mangalam, who's waiting to tell us what's happening in the world of F&Os. What are we watching out for today? Good morning, Mangalam.
Good morning. So there are two ways to look at it. One, if you look at the market yesterday, the Nifty Bank, the mid-cap index, they ended with sharp cuts, but the market actually closed fairly off lows. The Nifty ended above that 22,150 mark, and it closed about 400 points off the lows itself. The GIFT Nifty is now indicating a very positive start. So is it a double bottom that we've made for the market or not is the big question. So if you look at the GIFT Nifty, it's indicating a start upwards of 22,500, closer to 22,600 and almost 22,700 as well for the frontline index. If you look at the April 7 low and March 4th low of the Nifty, very close to 21,750 and 21,965 itself. So those are important levels to watch out for on the way down. Yesterday, there was 9,000 crore worth selling in the cash market by FIIs. DIs more than made up for that by buying 12,000 crores in the cash market. And the FIIs, they continue to exit their positions in index futures. They sold about 3,300 crores yesterday, unwound 5,400 longs and added about 15,000 shorts as well. So if you look at the FII exposure right now in index futures, from a long position of 40% at the start of the series, their longs have dropped to 25%, and that's a good thing. Why is that? Because, the Nifty has seen a fair amount of damage. Now it's recovering. If the market recovers and these shorts don't get follow through, there could be a case of short covering. Remember yesterday, after the market broke below that 22,500 at the open itself, the 22,500 put writers were caught on the wrong side and they had to cover their position. The question is, will the 22,500 call writers cover their positions today on the back of this gap up that we are seeing? The put call ratio at 0.7 does tell you that there is room for a bit of an up move. We'll just keep an eye out on that and also watch out for triggers because volatility is still high. We have global cues, RBI policy tomorrow, and the Nifty weekly options expiry. Just keep an eye out on Manappuram. That's entered F&O band.
Okay, Mangalam, thank you so much for that. So those are the cues in the world of F&O.